Hello students, welcome to today's session. In this video, I am going to discuss about the different mathematical library functions according to the ICSE syllabus. So, the first function which we will be looking at is the POW function, okay, the power function. And before we discuss the functions, let me tell you that all these functions are present inside the math class, okay, and all the functions that we are going to use here are static functions. That is the reason why we can directly call the functions without creating object, but just by writing the class name followed by dot function name, okay. So, it is possible only because the functions are static in the math class, okay. So, the first function is the POW function. It takes two arguments, okay, and returns the value of the first argument raised to the power of the second argument, okay. In other words, it returns me x power y, okay. If the arguments are x and y, then the result it will return me the result will be x power y. For example, if I write math.pow 2, 3, so that means it will give me the answer for 2 power 3, okay. So, the answer for this will be 8.0, because it always returns me a double value, okay. You should always remember the return type of all these different functions. POW function returns a double value, okay. Similarly, if I pass 3, 2, that means it will give me the answer for 3 raised to the power of 2, that is 9. So, that is the POW function. The next function is SQRT function. So, the SQRT function gives me the square root, okay. So, if I write math.sqrt 25, the answer will be 5.0, okay. Notice the return type is double. So, the answer will be a double value, it returns me a double value, okay. Then if we give a negative number to this SQRT, it will give me error, okay. We cannot find the square root of a negative number. Similarly, the CBRT function, gives me the cube root, okay. So, if I pass 27, to it, the answer will be 3.0. Sorry, it should not be SQRT here, it should be CBRT. We are finding the cube root. So, this is cube root CBRT, okay. Similarly, if I pass 125 to CBRT, it will give me 5.0. Its return type is also double, okay. So, let's look at these three different functions in BlueJ. So, first is math.pow, okay, 2, 4, okay. 2, 4 should give me 16. Let us have a look. So, as you can see, the answer is 16.0. We have to keep in mind the return type. The return type is a double. So, the answer is 16.0. Then let us look at SQRT. So SQRT takes only a single parameter. So let's give 25 here and let's look at the answer. The answer should be 5.0. So it is okay. Now let's try a negative number, minus 25. So you can see it's giving me not a number. Okay. So you cannot find the square root of a negative number. Then the third function is CBRT. So if we pass 125 to it, it will return me 5.0. Okay. Let's pass 27. So it should give me 3.0. Let's pass some other number, 15, let's say. So the cube root of 15 will be this, 2.466. Okay, now let's come to the next function, that is the Ceil function. So if we are to find the Ceil function of a number, let's say minus 1.5. So the first thing what we are going to do is we need to see this number, the given number lies between which two numbers. So minus 1.5 lies between minus 1 and minus 2. Okay. So we need to take the bigger number. Okay. So between minus 2 and minus 1, the bigger number is minus 1. So its answer will be minus 1.0. Okay. You need to keep in mind the return type. The return type is double. Similarly, if you want to find the Ceil value, of 1.1. So 1.1, it comes between 1 and 2. Okay. So the bigger number is 2. So the answer will be 2. Let's take another number, 2.5. 2.5 comes between 2 and 3. The bigger number is 3. So the answer will be, the Ceil value of 2.5 will be 3. Okay. So the Ceil function, if it is anything other than 0.0, if the decimal part of the given number is anything other than 0.0, you have to take the bigger number So let's look at a few examples. So math.ceil 1.1 So let's look at the output for this program. So as you can see here, students, 1.1 is giving me 2.0. Okay, 1.1 comes between 1 and 2, bigger number is 2, so the answer is 2.0. 1.5 also comes between 1 and 2, bigger number is 2, so it gives me 2.0. Similarly, 1.9 comes between 1 and 2, bigger number is 2, so it gives me 2.0. Next is minus 1.1. Minus 1.1 comes between minus 1 and minus 2. Bigger number is minus 1. Okay. So the answer will be minus 1.0. Then we have minus 1.5. Minus 1.5 comes between minus 1 and minus 2. Bigger number is minus 1. So the answer will be minus 1.0. Similarly, minus 1.9. Minus 1.9 also comes between minus 2 and minus 1. So the bigger number is minus 1. So the answer is minus 1.0. Now what will happen if the decimal part is 0.0? okay, positive 1.0 and negative 1.0. The answer will be same number. If it is 0.0, then it's going to be the same number. Okay, so we have got 1.0 here, so the answer is 1.0. Here we have got minus 1.0, so the answer is minus 1.0. So this is how the Ceil function works. So students, now we are going to look at the next function, that is floor. Okay, the floor function. So floor is just the opposite of Ceil. Let's look at the output for this program. Okay, so here we have to find the floor value of 1.1. So 1.1 comes between 1 and 2. The smaller number between 1 and 2 is 1. So the answer will be 1.0. Next we have 1.5. 1.5 again comes between 1 and 2. So the smaller one is 1. So the answer will be 1.0. 1.9 next. So 1.9 also comes between 1 and 2, and the smaller one between 1 and 2 is 1. So the answer will be 1.0. Next we have got minus 1.1. So minus 1.1 comes between minus 1 and minus 2. Now the smaller one between minus 1 and minus 2 is minus 1. So the answer will be minus, minus 1.1, it comes between minus 1 and minus 2. The smaller number between minus 1 and minus 2 is this one, minus 2. Okay. So the answer will be minus 2.0. Similarly, minus 1.5 also comes between minus 1 and minus 2. The smaller one is minus 2. So the answer will be minus 2.0. Same thing goes for minus 1.9. Minus 1 point lies between minus 1 and minus 2. So the answer will be minus 2.0. And if the decimal part is 0.0, then it is going to be the same number. For example, 1.0 is 1.0. The floor value is 1.0. The floor value of minus 1.0 is minus 1.0. So I hope you have understood what is Ceil and what is floor. You just need to first of all find out which one. You need to find out where you need to find the two numbers between which the given number is located, and then for Ceil you need to take the bigger number between the two numbers as the answer, and for floor you have to take the smaller one. So I hope Ceil and floor is clear. Now let's come to the next function, ABS. So ABS is very simple. It simply gives you the positive value of any negative number. So if I write minus 1.1, the answer will be, okay, I did not change the function here, it should be ABS. So minus 1.1 will be 1.1. Similarly, if I just give minus 1, the answer will be minus 1. Notice the return value. The return value is same as the argument. If the argument here is an integer, the answer will be also an integer. If it's a decimal here, then the answer will also be in the decimal form. Okay. So the ABS function simply converts the negative number into a positive number. That's it. Then the next function is max. So the max function takes two arguments. Okay. So let's give two arguments here, and it will give us the argument which is bigger. Okay. So let's compile this and execute. You can see that it is giving us the value which is greater between 2 and 5. Okay. Let's try out another number, 2.6 and 1.9. So you can see it is giving the answer as 2.6, because 2.6 is bigger than 1.9, and its return type is also the same as the argument. Okay. If the argument is in double, if the argument is a double, the return will be double. If it is integer, the return value will also be integer. Let's see the min function. So the min function gives you the smaller number. Okay. So let me change here the function to min. Okay, and let's change the numbers as well. Let's say 56 and 7.9. Okay, let's give 79 here. Okay. So the answer will be 56 as integer. Okay. The smaller number between 56 and 79 is 56. So the answer is 56. Notice the return type, it's integer because the values are also integer. Okay. What if one number is a decimal and the other one is an integer? In this case, the answer will be, the return value will be of the same type as that of the larger type between the two arguments. That means between 2.3 and 1, which one is larger? Definitely this 2.3, not in its value, in its data type. 2.3 is a double. So 2.3 is a double and 1 is an integer. So definitely double is bigger. So the answer will also be in double form. That means it will be 1.0 and not 1. So let's have a look at the output. So you can see the answer is 1.0 and not 1. Okay. This same rule applies for the max function as well. Okay. So we have discussed 8 functions so far. The remaining 3 functions, that is round, rint and random, will be discussing in the next video. Thank you for now.